Goeiemorgen, good morning and welcome. In America, I take part in a medieval reenactment group called the SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronism. A large gathering by this group is called a war, and in November I attend the Great Western War in California. Each of the households of the group I camp with take a turn cooking dinner. And for my dinner this year, I decided to cook a South African feast. There are some restrictions. I wanted to be able to pre-cook as much as possible, since all the cooking happens on gas camp stoves. So I chose bobotie with rice, a boerewors roll with smoor, and Koeksisters for dessert. For a midnight feast, we would fry up some samosas. I will be sharing each of the recipe in individual videos, so please subscribe and let me know if you try any of them. What can I make for dessert that is typically South African, easy to transport, and at my skill level? I wish I had the skills to make a really good traditional melktert, but I just don't. I'm a purist. It has to have a flaky crust and thick and creamy filling, and I just don't have the skills and experience to do that just yet. So I went with my second option, Koeksisters. Basically translated into Koeksisters. Cake twined together like sisters.
This is something that I want like every day now.
I went the easy route and did not make the dough myself, but we will get to that. The night before, I added sugar, fresh ginger, a few cinnamon sticks, and all the other ingredients in a pot and cooked it all up. Then I popped it in the fridge to cool down and thicken. For the dough, I just used canned biscuit dough. Canned biscuit dough is not really a thing in South Africa, as far as I know. Please let me know if I'm wrong. But it's super easy to find here in America. And I happen to have some flaky dough in my fridge. But I'm sure the normal ones would work as well. The dough comes in rounds, and I flattened the dough and shaped it into a bit more of a rectangle. Then I cut it into strips about 2 centimeters wide. Next, I cut the strips down the middle, leaving some space at both the top and bottom. Then I flipped the top end through the hole twice to make a twisted design. After a while, I realized that I was making the strips too wide. They were not cooking all the way through. So I cut each round into 4 instead of 3 strips, and this worked out much better. Traditional Koeksisters are braided. You cut 3 strips and then you braid them and pinch the bottom together. But this takes a lot more time, and I had a lot of Koeksisters to make. The hardest part is to get the oil at the right temperature. If it's too hot, the outside will burn while the inside is still raw. If it's too cold, it ends up very oily. So you want the oil to be hot, but not too hot. You might want to experiment a little bit. I fried about 6 Koeksisters at the same time. They will sink to the bottom when you throw them in and then pop back up. When they pop up, you flip them over and cook them for another few seconds and then pull them out. All this goes really quickly. You have to rush a bit to make sure that you don't burn the last one. Then they are dipped in the syrup, flipped to make sure they are coated on both sides, and put on a plate to cool down. They can be eaten straight away or put in the fridge to store. I had them in the fridge for over a week with no ill effects. I still have a few in my fridge, and it's been 3 weeks now, and they're a bit soggier than they were, but still totally edible. The Koeksisters was a huge success. They seem to just magically disappear if you left a plate on the table. Syrup-soaked dough is fairly international, but everybody loved the flavor with just that hint of ginger and cinnamon. This is a very cheap and easy dessert. Let me know if you try it.
So, first tell me who you are.
I'm Henry.
Okay, so Henry, do you know what you're trying?
Kind of. A little. I've had it once before,
Okay,
but that
and
was a long time ago.
where is it from? Do you know?
No.
It's from South Africa, and they're called Koeksisters, and they're basically syrup donuts. Okay, so you're going to try one of those? Okay, have a bite. Try it. Okay, so when you're ready, tell me what you think of it.
They are really good. I love how the mix of like donut tasting bread and syrup collide. That it just makes a taste that is just brilliant. And this is something that I want like every day now.